Hi, I'm Chris Montoya, and I sell houses, and this is Mary Shell.
Hi, everybody.
We're at Mary Shell Gallery, and Mary Shell makes things beautiful. Mary, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Hey, so I guess we got to ask the question, how long have you been in Fremont County?
12 years.
12 years? I got to say, I think you're one of Fremont County's best kept secrets because I didn't know about your art until we went to the framing gallery.
Becca's Frame Shop.
Frame Shop. And it was beautiful, by the way. And then just so happens we connected somehow. And I was like,
I know.
I drive by your place all the time. I think it's beautiful. And I just never made the connection. But tell me a little bit about what you do here.
Well, I just retired from giving art classes and art and wine parties. And now I'm training other people to give art and wine parties.
Okay.
And I have somebody here today from Michigan that's learning this, and she's going to be going back home and doing the parties there as well. Okay. But I'm focusing on my artwork right now. As you can see, this is a new series I'm doing, the aspen trees. I love doing steampunk artwork and anything. Nothing's sacred when it comes to art.
So I love your beautiful accent. Tell me where you're from.
Providence, Rhode Island. And I went to school at the Rhode Island School of Design and got a degree there, and I have a bachelor's degree in fine arts. And I was a fashion illustrator for 10 years, and I illustrated for Twiggy in the 60s.
Wow.
In London, and I lived there for a year.
Okay, so what brought you to Fremont County?
I fell in love with this place, Canyon City. I mean, we were traveling around. We had a gallery. My husband and I had a gallery in Huntington Beach for 15 years, and we got tired of the whole California scene, so we started traveling around in an RV to see where we wanted to settle down. We looked at Montana, Oregon, and all these places, and my husband has a friend here, and we just stopped by to visit him, and I looked at the middle school on Main Street, and I went, no graffiti, and the kids were coming out of school, and I went, this is like the 50s. This is so cool. And every place we went after that was comparing it to here.
Oh.
And
that's a hard comparison because Kansas City's
I just
amazing.
love this place, and the people are great. And I had a gallery on Main Street for 3 years.
So you've been from the East Coast to the West Coast and everywhere in between, and you picked Canyon City.
Right.
So tell me one thing, not in the art community, not anything like that. Tell me one thing that we wouldn't guess that you have or that you love about Fremont County that you love. What is another Fremont County secret that only you kind of know about too?
The people. The
people.
It is the people. They're genuine. They're real. When you come from a place like California or New York and Miami and London, where I've been all these places, the big cities have that superficial attitude and it's that one-upmanship, and there isn't. It's like you go to a formal. I do a lot of speed painting for fundraisers, and then they auction off the paintings. And usually when I do the fundraisers in California, everybody's totally decked out. Over here, they're wearing jeans with a fancy blouse and stuff like that, and cowboy boots. It's just this wonderful. It's refreshing. It is refreshing. I think it's very refreshing, this place. It's just has a character of its own that's original and genuine.
Yeah, you know what? I totally agree with that. I lived in Denver for a little while. I've been to a few other places. And to be honest, something about our community and the way that people react. And I tell these people all the time, when I tell people we're the weather capital of Colorado, I always feel like a salesman because I'm like, our weather here is so fantastic. But it's the truth.
It's true.
The truth is, we're 8 to 10 degrees warmer than Colorado Springs in the winter and 8 to 10 degrees cooler than Pueblo in the summer. We're just always protected by the storm. I know.
We are growing.
We're already discovered.
I know.
Yeah, and
it's true.
It's been a great discovery. We're probably that last little bastion of undiscovered on that I-25 corridor.
Right.
And it's just special here. You're right. It is just special here, and it's hard to define it.
It is.
And it's amazing that you've been from coast to coast, and this is how you picked.
Yep.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So tell me a little bit more about your studio. How does somebody get involved in your studio?
Well, I do. I'm still doing the art and wine parties, but not here because I changed this from a workshop into my studio. As you can see, I got a little seating area now, and I have small groups. I'm recovering from breast cancer, so I just kind of downsized. I'm 74. It's like, okay, stop doing the dancing for everybody.
See, I thought at 74 is really when the gears kick in.
Yeah,
And you really
but they're the real gears.
The real
they're
gears.
different totally different gears.
Yes, that makes sense.
And they're more fun,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm having a lot of fun and training people to do the art parties, and I have small groups on Sunday, just about 8 people that come in here on Sunday and paint,
Mm-hmm.
and we eat, drink wine, and paint.
Is there anything better than that?
I know. What else can we do? We have a
what
glass
else-
of wine after this, aren't we?
I think that's a great idea. So we're at the actual point of the interview where you get to ask me one question.
What brought you here?
So I left here when I was a sophomore. I left here when I was really young, and then I moved back when I was a sophomore in high school, and I spent my last 3 years of high school here, and then I went away to Greeley for a while, and I lived in Denver for just a little while, and then honestly, this is where my family's from, and it's hard to get away from how great it is here. The weather's fantastic. The people are fantastic. You know, you can do anything here. You could. I mountain bike quite a bit, and I used to snowboard quite a bit. And the river here is beautiful,
Oh,
and the
yes.
people here are amazing. So it's just like you said, you went from coast to coast, and you figured out this might be the best spot for you.
Yeah.
And honestly, like living here, and then kind of moving away, and then coming back here, I do love the area.
Yeah.
I do love the people, and it's, you know, I always think it's funny when I wave. You know, you see people.
Anybody?
Yeah, you wave at everybody. They're like, "Oh, hey," and you smile. You know, it's different, and that's the thing about Fremont County, and it's hard to quantify. And when I try to tell people that, they're like, and I'm like, if you're here, you'll understand.
You have to experience
Yeah,
it.
you have to experience it. So, hey, I really appreciate your time.
Thank
you very
you.
much. You have a great
Thank you
time.
for coming.
Thanks for your beautiful art.
Thank you.
We appreciate
And
it.
I'm going to have all this at Canyon Framing.
Okay, and do you have a website or anything we could link
I
to?
have paintwithmary.com.
Paintwithmary.com. If you want to see something beautiful, go to paintwithmary.com. Thanks, guys.
Chris Montoya, who is gonna sell your house? He'll find you one. Ooh, he sold another one. Chris Montoya.